Well, how many of you were bopping along to that music while you're waiting? How many of you were playing your air ukulele? I bet there was a lot. Air ukulele, yes, that's it. It's one of those catchy tunes, isn't it? It just gets you bopping along. Oh, I've just been told that was our new band, Johnny and George, playing in the gallery. The gallery dwellers, well, yeah, it is a bit like gallery dwellers. If you've ever seen it, it's pitch black and really, 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 really hot. Yeah, they do, it's like a cave. Anyway, I digress. Good evening and welcome back to our last show of the day here on Crafters TV. I hope you've had a good day. I've had a lovely day. Michelle, have you had a nice day?
I've had a lovely day.
I'm glad you've had a good day. There we go, excellent. So, it's all about the Monday Makers. All about the Monday Makers. Michelle. Come on, Michelle, just be honest. Right. No. Michelle is doing some colouring.
I'm just doing some colouring, and when
she's
doing some
our crafting so much, we just can't stop. So Michelle's doing her crafting.
I did feel like I did it.
She's enjoying it. And then I asked her a question, so she just went, yes. Very good, very good. No, it's all about the Monday Makers. So we're going to focus on sort of 3 main collections. We've got a few more. I've got about 6 or 7 collections here, but the 3 we're going to really sort of focus on: Decoupage Flowers, our Zigzags, and our nesting frames. So those are the ones you're going to see some demos with. We're going to show you lots of different ways to use them. I mean, I'm thinking straight away there you could be mixing and matching your decoupage flowers with your nesting frames. You can have your nesting frames around your zigzags, you know, all of those, and just show you how things can mix and match together. Now, a little bit of housekeeping before we start. If you've been watching all day, I'm sorry to repeat myself, we've got a couple of things today. So first one is every order over £50 or euros today is going to get double points. Every order over £100 or euros today is going to get triple points. So if you are sort of edging your way up that ladder, up that scale, then this is the time to build up those points really, really quickly. So what would normally be 100 points today is going to give you 300 points, and you're just going to literally jump one of the gaps if necessary. So yeah, a brilliant way to build it up. The other one is it's Coronation celebration today, and so we've got this lovely little code just down here. Oh, go the right way. There you are. Crown 20. It's the perfect code. Pop that in. We're suggesting that whatever you're ordering today, pop that in at the end if you are ordering something that qualifies, because April releases aren't included in that, nor a May, but we haven't had any May ones yet. And some of our bundles aren't included. So we're not totally sure here exactly which ones. The exclusions apply. If you want to know exactly which ones, then go and have a look on the website. But we say, put the code in. If you've not bought anything that comes into the category of saving 20%, then nothing will happen. You've not lost anything. If you didn't try it, you might think afterwards, oh, I should have done that. I might have saved 20%. It's bank holiday. There's nobody here. If it goes through, you're winning, aren't you? Absolutely. So there we go. You know, for every £10, you're going to save £2 off that. So yeah, absolutely brilliant. Now, the other thing I want to show you is our pick of the day. And this is our pick of the day here. Now, pick of the day is a new concept. It's not a new concept, but it's a new thing we've picked up here. So every day, every weekday, as we launch our 11 AM show, we're going to announce our pick of the day for that day. And it's going to stay live while stocks last until just before we go live the next day when our next pick of the day goes live. So this one is live unless you sell it out until just before 11 AM tomorrow when, I don't know who's in tomorrow, Ben and Michelle. When Ben and Michelle will announce tomorrow's pick of the day, and then we'll have something different on the weekend. We'll worry about that one at the weekend. So today's pick of the day is an amazing deal. Now, you're sure you've seen our Spectrum Noir Creations kits before. This is our artist collection. You have got there 14 aqua pens, 14 illustrators, 2 fine liners. You've got 9 sheets of colouring. Is that right? Was it 9? 8, sorry, get it right. I was remembering the other one. 8 colouring sheets, 5 on your alcohol marker paper, and 3 on your watercolour paper, ready for you to colour in with your pens. So you've got those, you've got full tuition in there on, you know, hints and tips on what you need to do. Paying for that, $79.99. You've seen these kits before, $79.99 all day, every day. But what we're also going to give you free is this bundle of stamps. It says a free stamp mystery bundle, but it's not too much of a mystery. If these sell out, we might be able to find another, you might get something slightly different, but I suspect you're going to get these today. We're going from Roaring Twenties, Masquerade Ball, Natural Beauty, you've got some Belle, you've got lots in there. £50, $50, £50, a bit more than that, $70, isn't it, I think? Oh, there, $59, there you are, £50, $59 you saving with that. Now, that makes that today $79.99 or $99.99. But if you are a platinum member, that's $63.99 or $79.99. Absolutely 100% certain that this is going to get you double points on this because we're well over the £50, $50 mark. So if you want this today, pop it in your basket and then it'll be winging its way to you. And you've got the pens, you've got the printed images in there to colour, and then you've got lots of stamps that you can stamp out multiple times, some with dies, some without, and then you can practice your colouring because you've got the illustrators, which are our top of the range pens, and also our aqua markers. If you're at all unsure of how to use any of them, then go onto our YouTube channel, search Illustrator, Crafter's Companion Illustrator pens or Crafter's Companion aqua pens, and there will be so many tutorials on there to show you how to use them. But I think that is a cracking deal for anybody getting into their colouring or taking their colouring to the next level. Maybe you've done Academy of Colour and you've loved what you want to do and you want some more pens to practice that with and some more stamps. How about that? I think that would be the perfect way to take that to the next level. So absolutely brilliant. So yeah, I think I've covered all of those that I wanted to. Wow, there are so many people here. Wow, you've definitely here this evening. I'm going to whiz through these. We've got Gail Moore from Maryland. We've got Christine Mahoney, upstate New York. Hello, Christine. Ben McCarthy's here. He didn't get in first on 2 of our shows today, Michelle. What? I think you need to have words with him.
Rude.
No, very rude. We've got Barbara R from Indiana. We've got Jeffrey Langley says, good evening, Corrine and Michelle and all the great CTV crew and folks here. Mary Beth Doyle from Minnesota. Terry Anderson from Ohio. Kirsty D says, good evening, everyone. Brenda Blacker says, good evening, all my crafty pals from your friend in Saxelby. Sue Benson from Montana. Beth Metzger from North Dakota. Oh, it's sunny today where she is. Hannah Gosling-Smith, evening all. Kirsty D says, I use the Coronation code to get an extra 20% off a large guillotine. I've finally given in and got one. Brilliant. Now, some of our bundles don't have them in. So instead of getting a big bundle and getting your double points, you might want to break that bundle down and get 20% off individual items. You work out which works best for you. Rosalind Russell says, good afternoon from Maryland. And Kimberly Fisher says, hello from Weeki-Wachee. Is that right? In Florida. Weeki-Wachee, yeah. And Laurie Bennett says, hello again, friends, watching and crafting here in Gilbert, Arizona. Sunny, happy first day of May. Yes, happy first day of May. I know in America it's not a bank holiday, it's May Day bank holiday here. And do you remember our Georgina that used to produce here? She's in, I've just seen where she's in. She's in somewhere at Panama at the moment. She said they've got May Day celebrations there as well. So I think it really does depend where you are. Some places have, some places haven't. I know it's May Day over in France. So, you know, if you have got the day off and are celebrating, then I hope you've had a fantastic day. So, and breathe. The first thing we're going to look at is our Decoupage Flowers. So this is a beautiful collection, and I'm going to show you again the card that won Michelle demo of the show in our wake-up call is this one. Isn't this absolutely gorgeous? So this was the beautiful rose, and can you see that? There you go, you can see that. Look at that. She's used it as a stopper for this easel card. Absolutely, that easel card is not going anywhere. That is such a good stopper on there. Absolutely beautiful. Now, it's not just the rose. So, yep, there is the Radiant Rose, which is there. This one hasn't got the bits in the middle like Michelle's done. I think that's definitely the way to go. There is also the Timeless Carnation, which is beautiful again. Slightly different. You'll see the edges are a bit more pinked. But for every single die you've also got a stamp. You see that the dies also have the bits in them that you can then emboss. Those bits are different to the bits on the stamp, so you really get a lot of detail as well. So if you want to emboss them as well as cut them, then you can. We've got this glorious delicate lily, which is so pretty. And then you think, well, how am I going to make it realistic? How do I know where to put the markings? You don't need to worry. The stamp's going to do that for you. You've got the beautiful sweet pea, the fragrant sweet pea, to give it its correct name, all the layers on there. Sweet peas are one of my favourite flowers. I love those. Best left on the vine because they die quickly once you pick them. You've got your lovely lilac, and again you can cut as many of these little individual flowers as you want, just like that, and then cut them out and make it as decoupage as you like. And finally, and I think this one might be the one we're going to start with. Oops, goes that way up. And this is a little bit squashed, so please wait till you see Michelle's demo, because this is the fabulous Fuchsia, and it's going to be absolutely gorgeous. Now, this should be $89.94 or $101.70, but not today. You are going to be saving a lot more than you are paying. So you are going to pay today £35 or $40. That's saving £54.94 or $61.70. That's brilliant. So you nearly, if you go down to platinum, you are saving, you spend about a third once you get down to platinum. So £28 or $32 is your platinum price today for something that should be £89 or £90. Absolutely amazing. So if you want that, pop that in your basket, because we sold quite a lot of that. I think we called 40% of that one. Yeah, really busy. And I think when you've seen the Fuchsia that Michelle is about to do, that's the Fuchsia, not the future, the Fuchsia, then you will be whizzing out to get this. Yeah, Michelle can see the future. There we go. Right, Michelle, what we're going to do? So the fabulous Fuchsia. I'm just going to get out my what are they called? My crystal ball. Crystal ball. I can see in my future a fabulous demo. There you go. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, and now Johnny says he can see the future and that you're going to win the demo of the day. I know. I don't know how he knows that. Don't know how he knows that. But you know, that makes me very happy. So it's me against me. So you know. There you go. The odds are good. Fabulous Fuchsia. So I've popped mine out already, so you can see that you've got all these dies. You've got a couple of foliage dies, and then the rest of what you're going to create. My stamps are missing. How have I just noticed my stamps are missing? So my stamps are missing from that one. But never mind. So these are obviously what are going to create your actual flower bit. Very easy to pop together. I'm just double checking that I haven't dropped them on the floor, but I haven't. Oh, I tell you what, don't tell Tracy. I peeled them off the board. So make sure they're clean when I get them back. Thank you. Right, look, so needs must. Absolutely. Right, so I'm going to bring in, so I'm using some Nina cardstock. Because you're going to be colouring with your alcohol paint, is that? Yeah. Also, it's a little bit lighter as well than multi-purpose card, isn't it? It is, yeah, it's a little bit lighter. But it's so smooth. It's the best thing that you're going to be able to use if you are alcohol colouring. I've got my Noir Black alcohol proof ink pad, and we're just going to peel these off and pop these on. So I'm just going to put these three on that I'm going to use. I've got a couple of the leaves
already stamped out and coloured in. So I'm using my black. If you don't want such a hard, not necessarily harsh, but such a bold outline, we have like a rustic brown, we've got a pebble, I don't know if it's just pebble or pebble grey, but we've got 4. So, you know, if you're not wanting to use a black, you're wanting to go a little bit more muted, there is other choices.
Do you know what, I do that all the time, I think, why does it not fit on the paper? Because you've rotated your
Yes.
platform.
Yeah. Right, so I've missed a little bit. I'm just going to go back in. In fact, the ink is still on there, to be honest. So all I really needed to do was just go back in with it, press down on that little bit that I know I've missed, and it should transfer all that ink, which it has done.
Perfect.
Yeah. Right. So what we're going to do now, so you can colour these in before or after you die cut them out. It's entirely up to you. So I'm just going to bring this in. I know it looks very messy, and that's absolutely okay. So I've just started colouring these in, just so you don't have to see me colouring so much. So let's just pop this on here.
And because you're cutting them out, you're able to, like you said, colour like that, aren't you? You're like able to go over the edge and...
Yeah, absolutely. So you're just going to keep spinning this one round until you get it exactly right. It's going to sit perfectly in those lines.
You should know it's never going to happen twice.
No, I know.
Just because this morning you offered up the die and it was the right way first time.
Exactly. No, you're never going to do it again, are you? It was perfect this morning. So again, you're just going to keep spinning this one round until it fits perfectly, which that one does. That outline on there is just brilliant for that. Really, really allows you to line it up absolutely spot on. Take that one down and let's run this through. So these dies are all going to go through, even your smallish machines, so your mini and upwards. If you have the Pro or the bigger plates, you can, if you've got more than one of these sets, you can be batch making with those, which is again absolutely brilliant. So let me just pop that off, and we'll just get my pokey tool to pop that out. So I'll just move those to the side. Right, so these are my 3 pieces that I've got at the minute. Let me bring this in, because what I'm going to do is, because of the way that the fuchsia is put together, you do need to colour both sides.
All right, okay.
It's just with the way it is. If you leave that side looking like that, you're going to be able to see it, and it's not going to look very nice.
It's three-dimensional.
Yeah. So I'm just going to bring this in. So I'm using my bright pink extend, this one. So if you've got your classiques, it's just any of your BPs that you can use for this that look lovely.
And again, you didn't do that before because you couldn't, it's probably quite hard to see where the lines are until you be guessing where to do the pink.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm just going to finish this off. This is what I was sneakily doing when you caught me. When I was hiding my...
We'll let you off.
Yeah, hiding my homework. So I'm going to bring in, so this is my bright pink shades, and it's BP7 that I'm going to use for this one. So I'm wanting this a lot darker than the other bit.
Almost as burgundy, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. I want that lovely contrast. And again, I don't necessarily have to be blending, doing the 3-pen blend or 3-shade blend on these. You absolutely can if you want to. On that other side, where I've got the, you know, the detailing, I've popped a little bit of blending on. But this is going to be sort of the underside. So even though it needs to be coloured in, you don't need to worry about going all out on a shading.
Yeah.
So just making sure that I'm getting right up to the edges. There we go. So there's that one. So turn that back over. And then, yeah.
You still see the stamped image, can't you?
You can, yeah, absolutely. And then this last one, I'm just using my gold brown blend. So, I mean, I could have beforehand, I could have just coloured a patch of the card on both sides and then made sure that I die cut out that piece, or on that coloured piece.
Yeah.
But there's not much really to colour here anyway, so it really doesn't matter. So there we go. So that is, I've got a couple of the leaves as well, already coloured in. So again, I always, even if I'm not necessarily doing any shaping on my mat, I will always bring it in. It's just something I always do. I always tend to do my flowers on my mat.
Okay.
Because
if you like your mat, I'm going to give you a lovely deal with this one in a few minutes.
I wouldn't be without this. I use it for so much at home.
Oh, we all have our favourite tools to use, don't we? You know,
yeah.
Something that everybody would be lost without.
It's not something I mention. You know, when I'm asked what are my top 3 tools or some, you know, those kind of questions.
I suppose it's not an exciting tool, is it? There are some that are much more exciting, I suppose is the word.
But I always forget about this, and I always use it. So using my ball tools, you can see whenever I'm doing flowers, I always go from the outside in. It's just, I feel, the best way to get that lovely dimension onto your flowers or your petals, whatever it is that you're doing. So straight away you can see I'm getting some lovely, some shape into those. So what I'm going to do first off with this, just going to bring my poker tool in, and all I'm going to do is I'm just going to wrap that round. And straight away, I've got exactly the right shape that I want. So we've all got poker tools. All of your poker tools are absolutely going to work perfectly for that. So again, I'm going to bring in my hot glue. I'm just going to pop some in that top bit. And I'm going to curl it back round again. Being very careful of my fingers. I still have a scar on my finger from the last time I burnt myself.
Did you?
Yeah.
When we burn ourselves on air, you have to just keep smiling, don't you? It's hard sometimes, but we do.
It is. The last time I did it on air here. I was doing flowers again, I think, and it just, I stuck it. A little bit dropped off. In fact, I've still got the scar there. I don't know if you can even see. You can see that, look. I've still got that scar. It was the biggest blister. Ooh. It was huge. In fact, every time I walked by my daughter and she said, "Have you still got it?" And she'd go, and I'm like, "Oh, thanks, Alice." You know, she'd faux gip at me. So obviously for weeks I was chasing her around, you know, with the finger. Does it ever get old, tormenting your kids?
No.
And do they ever get too old for it? I don't think so. It's a bit of fun, isn't it? For us, maybe not so much for them. So there we go. So that is that one, just nice and round. And you've got enough space at the top to glue it in here. So this one, it's going to go exactly the way that we want it to go. So again, I give that a little fold just round where those petals meet that inside bit. It's just allowing it to go exactly where it wants. And I'm going to do exactly what I did before. So either with, whichever you find easier, either with your burnishing tool, just on those edges, it just, again, it's all about that shape on there that allows it to look like what we want it to look like. So, for instance, the rose earlier. If I'd curved those petals in a totally different way, it would have looked like a totally different flower, even though the petals are exactly the same. So, there we go. So then we're just cupping them round the sides so they close a little bit on themselves.
Do you know what? Folding this and assembling it in a different way, and it could look like a completely different flower. It's so clever, isn't it?
Yeah.
How
Yeah,
do it one way,
absolutely.
it's one flower, do it another way, and it would be a totally different one.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is going to sit in here. So you're either going to put a bit of hot glue on the end of this. It's always safer to pop it in this bit because you've got more to hold onto, and you can keep your fingers a lot further away. So we're just going to stand that up in there. just for a second until it dries. So straight away, you can see that it's coming together to look like it's what it's supposed to be. I just moved that a little bit. Try again. So just give that a second to... It's a little bit like magic when you get that glue string, isn't it?
Isn't it? Things just dance.
Yeah. So again, I'm just making sure that this is nice and curved.
Oh, they do, don't they, on the fuchsia? Those petals are quite curvy.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And then, so it's just going to sit on top of there.
Ah, yeah.
Literally, like that. It's entirely up to you, depending on how you feel that you're wanting to do the flower, you know, depending on at what stage it's opening up.
And
you
there
could
are so
have
many
it.
varieties of fuchsia, aren't there?
Yeah, absolutely. We had a couple of fuchsia bushes. Oh, that was a bit of a mouthful.
Yeah.
And they had double-headed ones.
Yes.
But they're absolutely beautiful. So it's up to you. So you can pop it that way, or you can pop it that way. But for me, for this one, we're going to pop it on that way. So it's almost back to back. And so just going to hold that on.
I think it's the ballerina ones that are double. It's with pink with a white, with the fluffy bits in the middle white.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's the ballerina ones.
So again, it's entirely up to you. You can have that as wide open or as closed up as you want. You could pop a couple of those on if you wanted to do, you know, make it a little bit more full. But for the most part, that is your fuchsia. So if I bring in a couple more, you can see how I've got that one angled down again, almost mimicking the different stages of it being opened. Another one popping down. And then this one, we've got a couple of bits up and a couple of bits down. So again, just for different decorative elements on your card, you can have those in all sorts of different ways. So I'm going to pop that to the side and pop my flowers to the side as well. I'm just going to bring in a nice simple card base that's going to really pop those flowers on display.
Is that wildflower paper?
It is, yeah.
Pretty, isn't it?
So lovely. So we're just going to pop glue on there. So I've just got a strip here that I'm going to pop on there. I'm being a little bit frugal with this paper. I could have matte and layered the whole back piece if I wanted to. But I'm thinking, you know, if you're going to be writing something on the inside of the card, you're maybe going to leave that bit blank. And that's that little slice, I was going to say. That little border of paper looks pretty just as it is. So using, again, my oval nesting dies, I've created a lovely aperture in the front. So if I just tell you, so that's 6.5 by 6.5 is that card base. So we're going to pop this on here. So again, let's pop a little bit of glue on. And again, just pop that on there.
So pretty.
Yeah. I love, we have brought out so many paper pads lately that are gorgeous.
And there have been some different ones, when you see the difference from the wildflower to Colour Your World, you know, some really different contrasting papers, aren't there?
Yeah, definitely. Right, so because I've matte and layered this, and I know I've used my Collal glue, so that has dried as solid as a rock, just to allow my card to curve without adding a crease. I just very gently, I will just rub it down the side of the desk, and what it does is it gives it that curve naturally. So if I try to force it, I'm going to...
You get crease, won't you?
I'm going to get those creases, and then I'm going to not be happy. And then I'm going to end up ripping it to bits and throwing it in the bin, you know, like you do. And something's really annoyed you. So let's just press that down. And then pop some glue on this side.
I have never made a bow-fronted card with wet glue.
Have you not?
No.
I must admit, I don't normally. I don't normally. I normally use either my red liner or I'll use my tape pens. I just got talking, but actually,
it's
you just have to hold it, and it is going to work. And again, that Collal is it's gonna dry solid.
Yeah.
It really is. I don't normally use it, especially on air, because obviously you have to hold it for a little bit longer than if I'd used a liner tape. But actually...
you've been able to get it really neat because of that,
yes, yeah, because you can wiggle it into place perfectly.
But if you use red liner tape over that now, then it would give you double security, wouldn't it? Anyway?
Absolutely. Absolutely it would. So I'm going to pop some glue on the back. We're going to pop this on here. So now it's on there. We're just, again, just going to give it a second. I'm going to keep burnishing.
We're getting some lovely floral stories coming through, and I'll read those at the end. But it's lovely how flowers evoke memories.
Yes.
And they evoke memories, I think, is the only way I can do it. And I've had a couple through, and it's lovely to see them.
It is. It really is. And flowers do that.
Yes, they do, don't they?
They do. As soon as I see an iris, it reminds me straight away of Mum, and it brings up, I mean, her name was Iris, but, you know, but she absolutely loved any flowers. Mum was one who every Saturday she'd go down to the local market and she would buy loads of flowers.
Oh, did she?
She'd buy loads of flowers, cut flowers, and we'd have them on the coffee table in the living room, on the dining table.
Oh,
there was always fresh flowers. And back, I don't know what supermarkets do to them that make them not last, but because she went to the local market where it was fresh flowers, they lasted all week, and every Saturday she would buy a new bunch of flowers.
That's really clever how you've done that card now, because it almost looks like that paper runs from one to the other, doesn't it?
Absolutely. So from the front, it absolutely does, yeah. Right, so what we're going to do now with these is we're just going to decorate them. And because I've got that dome on the front, it's going to protect my flowers. So if I'm popping these in a box to gift them or anything like that, it's really just going to protect them however you are.
So, Johnny just said, did you say it is in stock, Johnny? Oh, now we're getting live updates. If you are loving this wildflower paper pad, it is live on the website. So go and have a look. Do go onto the website and just put in wildflower and see what comes back. And I bet you it'll be there. So yes, you can see that. It's how much? There you go, £11 for the 12 by 12. That's good value. They're normally £14.99.
That is good. Very good. So I'm just using my poker tool to be able to reach to make sure that it's glued down.
I love this because it almost looks like they're coming into that aperture, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah,
that can often be the hardest way, is working out how to fix them. But like that, it just looks so pretty.
It does. I mean, thank you. That sounded so big-headed. Yes, yes, it does. Thank you.
No, I know what you meant.
So pop in that there. And again, so I'm going to bring in some of these leaves, and these, I'm going to pop these around the outside to decorate it there. So pop in that on there, almost like it is an extension of that flower underneath. Pop that one sort of there.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Bring in a couple more, so I'm just going to use my tool just to give those a little bit of shape and dimension. There we go.
So pretty.
So let's pop a couple in here so that one doesn't look like it's just floating in mid-air. So there we go.
We do go on about foliage, but it does make all the difference.
It really does. It really does. So let me give that a bit of an S shape. So I can glue that top bit and I can pop it up and under there, so as if it's coming from there as well. And do the same. Just fold that. I'm just literally giving it a bit of an S shape. So it means that I've still got that shape there, but I've got a little bit flat there to glue down, and then it means I'm not going to lose any of that depth and dimension as I pop it in. So shove that under there.
Shove
it under.
You mean
And again,
artistically arrange it
yes,
under there?
it's exactly
Is that what you
I
meant? Artistically arrange it.
Yeah. That's exactly it. So this bit's just literally, it's about having a little bit of fun.
Yeah.
Just having your arrangement popped on there. Now I could either add that other one, but I don't think 4's quite pleasing to the eye. So I'm going to leave it.
We do normally say 1, 3s and 5s, don't we?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to pop just one more leaf up there. So pop that on there. Like that. And then I'm going to pop this here. So I've got, when I count my blessings, I count you twice. I have got it on a foam pad, and I've only put the foam pad in the middle, which means I'm still going to be able to curve that. So it's still going to curve around there, but I've still got that lovely height on there. So press that down. I'm quite happy with that. Again, the flower is the centerpiece, so I don't feel like I need to add any ribbon or anything like that, but if I stand that up for you, you've got, and how easy was that to make? You look at them and you think, they look amazing.
They do, they do. And I think it's having all the component parts, having the dies, having the stamps, they look absolutely beautiful. So thank you so much for that. Now, loads of lovely comments. Tim C is in from beautiful Nottinghamshire. Obviously, that's where I'm from. Beth Malone says, happy Monday, crafty friends. Carol D said, it's Monday Makers. Good morning to all. So she must be some East Coast or somewhere Pacific. If it's still morning. Some really good bargains going today. Love the new paper pads. Always need new OG plates too, always. And we've got those on a special deal if you buy a set of 4. Sue Benson says, I have my grandmother's tiger lilies in all my flower gardens. I may have to have that lily set in her honour. Perfect. Carol D says, Michelle's rose this morning was inspiring. Mary Pat 1000 said, good morning everyone from sunny Montana. Susie says, I love those fuchsias, Michelle. Fuchsias always remind me of my mum, and her birthday was yesterday. We used to buy her a fuchsia plant for Mother's Day every year. There you go. What, lovely memories for you there, Susie, and thank you for sharing that. Peggy says the paper is gorgeous. Such a beautiful card, says Sherry. I love this card, says Eleanor. I like this one. Lillian Kwok says, when I was a kid, there used to be a woman who had an old-style perambulator full of bunches of flowers. She used to shout, flowers are lovely, over and over. I always wanted a pram as it would have made a good base for a go-kart. Ignore the flowers. I want the pram for a go-kart. Oh, Linda Almstead said that would make a beautiful Mother's Day card. Well, I know in the US it's Mother's Day this month, is it?
Yeah.
In May, yeah. Truly lovely, says Sue Benson. Gorgeous card, says Mary Pat 1000. Eleanor Flex says very pretty. Kathy Lear says, wow, absolutely beautiful. Oh, that card is gorgeous, says Georgie Ann Curley. And Alicia Gordon says, good afternoon and greetings from Arkansas. Peace and love to you all. And Lois says, beautiful card. Well, keep up with your comments. But if you were inspired by that, instead of paying nearly £90 or $101, today you're going to get all of the dies, not just the fuchsia, but the rose, the carnation, the lily, the sweet pea, the lilac. One more, I can't remember, but yeah, maybe it was the fuchsia, I didn't count as well. You're going to get them all. Platinum price today, £28 or $32. Look at that price down there. This is the price we want to be looking at. Absolute bargain. So make sure that you pick those up today while they're on such a good deal. You're saving nearly £55 or $62 nearly before your platinum discount. Now, we've got some Monday mega deals next. And I did mention that I would show you this one because Michelle was using this mat. Now, this is actually a stamping mat, but it's got quite a lot of resist to it. It's not a soft mat, because when you get the ball tools, you get a really spongy mat. This has got a lot of resist. So maybe this is how you find it easier to do your flowers on something like this. And I love this. It is the full 12 by 12 inches, yeah? So you get lots of scope to do that. Now, that is going to be your free item in this bundle. What you're going to pay for today is your 6x6 stamping platform. So you're going to pay the $14.99 that normally is, $19.95, and then you're going to get the stamping mat for free. It doesn't just have to be a stamping mat, as we said, it can be for shaping your flowers. Now your platinum price is $11.99 or $15.96 for both of those items. And on a normal day, that's what you'd be paying for your stamping platform. But today, we're going to be doing that. So we've got, which one are we doing next, sorry? Halloween. Right, so this is our next Monday mega deal. So Monday mega deal, that means that tomorrow when it's Tuesday, this won't be a deal anymore. Wow. Now, this is an amazing price. What you're going to get is 8 stamps, 10 dies, 3 stencils, 3 embossing folders. It's effectively 3 different sets. Oh, I haven't even got the embossing folder on here. So there should be some embossing folders. They haven't left them out. No, you are going to get some embossing folders as well, but they've not given me those. So you're going to get those. So you're going to get all of these dies. And then you're going to get all of your stamps. You're going to get your stencils. You're going to get your next stencils, which is going to help you do the pumpkin. Oh, look at this. She's lending me things, I'm lending her things. And some more stencils. And you're going to get 3 of your embossing folders. Thank you, Michelle. So you're going to get that. Because it was originally 3 different kits, you're going to get 3 of the same embossing folder. Absolutely brilliant for all your different techniques on your craft metal. Brilliant on your black. Bring out your silver gilding wax. It's going to look lovely. Now, each one of our sets is normally $9.99. But today, you're going to get all 3 sets in here. So you're going to get all of those today for $9.99 or $12.99. So, you know, buy 1 and you get 2 free. Now, your platinum price is going to go down even more, $7.99 or $10.39. Make sure you're building up your baskets so that you qualify for your double points. And don't forget to put your Crown 20 points in. So if you have bought any of our items that qualify for that discount, you're going to get an extra 20% off there as well. So there we go. We put that at the bottom. We're just saying pop that into your checkout for all of them. Now, the other Monday mega deal we have got, and Michelle gave you a little bit of a hint of this earlier, is our Waterfall collection. Now, 98 elements. That's pence per item, isn't it? 30 pence? Less than? Less than 30 pence per item. So you're going to get the mechanism to do the waterfall. You're going to get the elements that are your waterfall element, and then all of your accessories as well, so that you can see how they come out here. Now, do you get stamps as well with these? Have I got... They look... Now, it's stamps and dies, but I don't have any stamps. So you're going to have to take my word for it. We'll show you, flash you up the pictures at the end so you can see. But I'm looking at these and thinking that's been stamped. So you are going to get stamps as well. And how this works is it does it so that you get that lovely waterfall effect. I'm trying to do this. I'm struggling a bit like Michelle did earlier. There you go. Forwards and backwards. So you get the balloons, which is our hip hip hooray. You're going to get the butterflies, which is butterfly kisses. And again, you still get the waterfall. Oh, I've lost one of my butterflies on there. I've lost a black one in the middle. That's why it's stuttered. You're getting all this decorative detail. Look at these. You're getting the stamps that decorate the butterflies. You're getting the dies. Now, look at these. These butterflies could be used with anything. Just remember you've got them. And then, you know, if you ever need a butterfly stamp and die, you've got those there. You've got your lovely tea cups. Maybe you've got your Alice Through the Looking Glass and you want to decorate something, so you might bring some of those in. That would look lovely with these cups, some of those papers. Go
perfect with it, wouldn't it?
It would, wouldn't it? Again, you've got the shape mechanism that's perfect for the teacup because you get the bottom one matches. All of these elements, look at these, all of your, I love the teacup because you get that and you get the matte layer. So look, you see we've done black and white, all of those, and you will get the stamps as well. You're then getting your little cupcake, which is Make-A-Wish. And again, that comes down like that. There you go, all the way. These are really easy to put together. Is this going to be our next demo to show people how to...
No, it's not, no.
It's not, all right. No, it's not, is it?
That's a Monday
It's Monday
That's a Monday mega deal.
Well, what you need to do then is go on to our YouTube and have a look, because this really is easy, because it's just a case of bending these two arms around, and then you fold these on the score lines and tuck it under. So this bit is basically is not attached. It just goes through these little arms that are anchored down to your card.
Very easy to put together.
It's a lot easier than you fear it could be, don't you? I know the first time I was like, oh, I'll not be able to do this. But you can. Really, really easy. And again, you get in the dies that's going to cut those and the stamps to make them really, really decorative. 98 elements in total, £28.98 or $32.34. This should be just shy of £100 or $107. But again, your platinum price down here is £23.98 or $25.87. Can't get my words out. I was just about to say, it's because I got thrown for a minute. I was going to say, this will easily qualify for double points because it should be £99. But no, it's not, because we've knocked you 70% off. 70% off, giving you £69.98 off. So you are definitely saving over double what you're spending, which is the type of ones that we really like. Now, these are your mega deals, your Monday mega deals. So remember, these will only last till tomorrow morning. So if you do want them, all 4 sets of those, and you're also going to get the stamps as well, because they come in the set, then make sure you pick those up. And don't forget to pop them out. Now, when we were just before the show, Johnny and I were looking at what was on the show, and we said, we've got to show everybody these. These are your sequin dies. Now, it is a 3-piece collection, but it's going to make you hundreds of sequins, absolutely hundreds of sequins, and you can cut them out, a mirror card, regular card, acetate, vellum, whatever you want to, metal, so you get that shimmer, but absolutely whatever you want. So it's one pass is going to cut you, and I think one of them I worked out something like 72 die cuts in one of them, or 50 odd in another. So you are going to get literally hundreds. So if you are using some card, maybe you do mats and layers, and I always recommend using a double-sided card for this, because you can guarantee that when you put them in your shaker, if they're not double-sided, they'll flip over to the white side, which is what you don't want. Use some double-sided cards. If you've got a little strip, cut them off, pop them in a cello bag, pop them in a pot, and then you've got unlimited shaker elements whenever you're making your shaker cards, or whatever you want sequins for. You can now perfectly colour match your sequins to the project you're going to do them. Now, this is on a buy 2, get 1 free, normally $7.99 each, but today's price is $15.98 or $23.90, with a platinum price of £12.78 or $19.12. Again, another one of those wonderful Monday Makers mega deals, so make sure you pop that in first. Now, we're going to have a quick look. We keep talking about Club Inspire, how to get up the rungs of the ladder, double points, triple points, and all of that. Let's see what this means with our little video.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters' companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% off your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get your hands on the latest crafty must-haves. Leave the hard work to us while you shop from the comfort of your own living room. Head to the Crafters Companion website to see our full crafty range, or hit the Shop the Day button to see all the new and exciting products featuring on Crafters TV. Once you've filled your cart, leave it to us to get your crafty goodies to you in super quick time, so you can get on with being creative. Crafter's Companion, making crafty shopping a breeze.
Her name is Sarah, she is a glue girl, with glitter powder in her hair, and her crafting done with flair. She goes out running to start her morning, and then she's off to meet the team. Crafters TV is a dream across the studio. We stop with Craig's own show. Crafting flows from every pore. Who could ask for more? We're at Crafters Companion. The perfect place to buy your stash from. We're a Crafters Companion. Crafting with passion is always the fashion here at Crafters. You'll fall in love. Crafters Companion. Her name is Debbie, she is a diamond. She demonstrated in our store, but she always wanted more. And so then Sarah, she called her over to join the CCTV team. She was living out her dream, now wears a studio mic and says, oh, what am I like? She learned to craft from her Auntie Jean, and now she's on your screens. We're at Crafters Companion. The perfect place to buy your stash from. We're at Crafters Companion. Crafting with passion is always the fashion here at Crafters. You fall in love. Crafters Companion. Her name is Bernie. She loves her soft craft. And on a Tuesday she would go to the Crafters studio. She showed us sewing, stitching and quilting. On the show Softer Side of Light, but then the bosses caused a strike. They said the show must go, and Bernie thought, oh no. But by go they meant move to Sunday for her very own show here at Crafters Companion. The perfect place to buy your stash from. We're at Crafters Companion. Crafting with passion is always the fashion here at Crafters. You'll fall in love. Crafters Companion. You'll fall in love.
Well, I have never seen that video before. That was brilliant. I absolutely loved that. That was, I was mesmerised, so that's brilliant. Right, now we have got lots more lovely comments. I'm trying to see where we've got to. We've got, Kathy says, US Mother's Day is Sunday, May the 14th. Oh, I've got a show here on that day. Eleanor says, I'm in the process of making flowers with crepe paper for a vase for my mum, daughter, and my daughter's kids' other grandparents. Oh, that's lovely. And Carol D says, that embossing folder works so good on white vellum. Cute, spooky. Oh, that's the Halloween, that's the word I was looking for, wow. And Deborah O'Brien said, what a cute song. Carol D said, that hat cracks me up so much, Ben. Yeah, that is absolutely brilliant. We have loved that. Now, we are going back to something we had a quick look at this morning, but it was quite a brief look at, so maybe we've got a bit more time to do this. So we're going to look at our zigzag scene builders. Wow, I think my mouth's a little bit more lubricated than it was this morning. This is a little bit easier to say. So you're going to get 12 dies, 3 in each of the 4 sets and 20 stamps. So this should have been normally nearly £52, $59, but you're going to get it today for £28 or $32. So you're going to get the 3 dies that when you cut them out and you cut them into a single piece will then fold back and forth on themselves to make this zigzag card. But you can be making them into diorama, you can be building them up in your mats and layers. It's entirely up to you. They don't just have to be zigzag cards. Then you get into some lovely sentiment stamps. So this one is Our Hometown. Now, when we go through these, just think how these dies are going to mix and match within the collections. You've also got your fairy tale Once Upon a Time. So again, you've got the carriage, you've got the castle, you've got the trees. But already I'm thinking maybe you could have the gate down at the bottom. It could be the gate to the fairy tale castle. But then you've got your next one is your nameless one. This is, oh, we said this was the countryside one, wasn't we? Yes, countryside something. And you've got the lovely little bike and the tree with the swing and the house. This is our surprised house. Look, ooh, ooh, there we go. There we are. So that's that lovely one. And again, your stamps. And then finally, oh, we've got that one there. You've got your garden dreams. Absolutely. We all dream of our gorgeous gardens. I can't wait for mine to come ready for the summer. I just keep looking out going, please, be ready for the summer. You've got that one there. So you've got the garden chair, the lovely arbour and the trees as well, and some more sentiments. All of this is coming to you today for a platinum price of £22.40 or $25.60. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. So make sure you pick up your zigzags. And I think they are such a versatile collection and you can do so many things with them. And Michelle's going to show us something completely different, I think, from what she showed us this morning. Is that right?
I am.
Cheers.
And I'm going to make a little bit more sense this time than I did this morning.
We've both woken up, we've both lubricated.
It's just one of those things, like Corrine was saying earlier, just getting it, once you've got it right, round the right way and realise actually you're going from right to left, not left to right. Once you've got your head round that, you're good to go. I got there eventually, so that's all. That's all that matters.
It was your first demo of the day. We'll let you do anything on your first demo
I know,
of the day.
straight in with a zigzag die. Garden Dreams is the one that I'm going to pick. I absolutely adore this one. I love the little park bench with the little topiary trees next to it. I love just everything about that, and I love that. Is it an arbour?
I called it an arbour, and that's how I think of it.
Yeah. That's. It makes a change for me to get a word right, so we're definitely going with that. So again, you can see that if I straighten that, it's definitely wonky.
It is.
So you know.
You just need to put the trees on a straight line, don't you?
Yeah. So you know that that one's going to go like that. And again, exactly the same. If I pop that straight, it's on a wonk. So you know that they've got to go on that zigzag. So what we're going to do this time, instead of doing it on a zigzag, especially if you feel like you've struggled with it and you can't sort of get on with it, do it this way. So I've cut some pieces of card and they're 3.5 inches wide.
We were talking about 3.5 inches wide this morning, weren't we, when we were looking at them?
Yeah, this one's 6 inches high. This one I think is the same. It's about 3.5 by 3.5, and then I've got a smaller piece. Now that smaller piece is going to fit that one absolutely perfectly, and again with these. So I'm going to pop my trees, remembering to get them straight.
Yeah, you can't see, can you? You can't see, but you can work out that looks straight.
That's it, yeah. So just, I'm making sure that my tree is at the top, and we're just going to tape that down. And again, with this one, you know that that is going to go on the other angle. So again, sort of levelling it up with the top.
The great thing is if you weren't completely straight with them, doing it this way rather than on a true zigzag, you just need to stick your card down so that they are straight, don't you?
Yeah.
Just give your card a little bit of a twist.
Definitely. So let's pop this one on here as well. And again, you can sort of see, because obviously the top of the die is letting you know that I've got my bench lovely and straight. It's not one of those that you sit on when you've had a night out. you know, the one that sort of moves.
Well, we were talking about things like that earlier, weren't we?
We were. Isn't it funny how you have certain conversations at work and it totally changes the way you look at someone?
We're not going there, we're not going there.
I've got to say that Corrine is the most fantastic person I think I've ever met. Her stories are amazing. Just some brilliant stories.
I was just telling a couple of tales about nights out. Yeah.
Yes, but you see, the thing is, and it's probably not just me. I mean, when I've watched you for many years. So you're Corrine, and you're lovely and you're posh.
Not posh
and you're very
at
well
all.
spoken. Yeah, I know now. Throw all that out of the window, trust me.
Yeah. Don't put me on a bus after I've had some cocktails. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, I love
Yeah.
it. Right, so we're just going to pop these off, and you can see I've got that lovely angle on there. So we're just going to trim that down. And I always find that this is just the easiest and simplest way that you're going to be able to do these, but they still look beautiful. It's still going to make a really
So if you wanted
fabulous...
it wider, that would be quite easy because you just clip off the edge of the card, don't you?
Yeah,
the cardstock.
absolutely. Absolutely. So there you go. So we've got those two, and then we're going to pop this one off as well. So being a bit more careful with that little snippy bit there. Wait a minute. It helps if I move the metal die, really, doesn't it? There we go. Snip that away. There we go. So if I just layer these over each other now, you can see that they're going to look lovely. I know that's a totally different colour green, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring these in. I had no more of that green left, so I used that just so I could show you how to cut it out. So I'm going to pop those to the side, and these are my three.
Yeah.
So let's just pop these separate. I'm just going to bring in a couple of my tri-blends. So I've got pale pink shades, and I have got my earth brown blend. And again, I'm not going to be worrying about doing any sort of blending with these. I'm just going to be colouring in these little bits. So the tree, I'm going to colour in.
And by doing them on the green, sort of minimises how much colouring you need to do, doesn't
It really does, yeah, absolutely. Because sometimes you don't want to do lots of colouring. Sometimes you just want to, well, you want to use that particular set, but you don't want to do lots of colouring. So you don't have to, you do not have to go in and do all that colouring and all that blending. Sometimes it's just as nice just to colour things in just as they are.
You could also do paper piecing, I'm guessing, with some of these as well, couldn't you?
Absolutely could do that as well, yeah, definitely. Anything that has got lots of bits that have come out or come away. I'm going with a darker. You've always got that potential for paper piecing. I think, do you know what? This has got potential actually for a shaker element. So you're just going to put your foam
That would
round.
look pretty, wouldn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Would look lovely. So I'm just...
You see, Carol D says she's bought these today. She's not sure she's going to be doing a zigzag, but she thinks all the elements are really useful.
Yes, they absolutely are.
Everybody sees slightly different, don't they? You know,
Definitely.
Carol's obviously bought these, and we sell them as zigzag, but she's thinking, well, actually, I want them because I want a garden bench or I want a fairy tale castle. I'm going to die cut them and then just trim them out, you know, and use them that way. It's entirely up to you. There's no rules. You make the rules up and use them how you want.
Well, that's exactly it, isn't it?
Perfect.
And it's like we always say, we like to look at something that we buy and see more than one use for it, which she obviously has, because absolutely any of our die sets can be used if they've got stamps and dies in that aren't. So we was talking about the reveal wheels and the reveal windows. They've got some gorgeous just stamps and sentiments in them.
Yes.
You don't have to make a reveal wheel or a reveal window card. You can just use all those gorgeous accessories if you want to.
Exactly.
So I'm just going to go in. So I'm just going to judge where I think that base is. So again, you can see that I'm not worrying about that blend at all. And then
Brenda
gonna
Monroe
use.
thinks this is an awesome deal. It really is. When you're saving so much more than you're spending, I think, you know, how much are we saving, sorry? 45%, there you go. You know, brilliant. And again, because you've used the green, you've not had to go in and colour that foliage, have you? You're just letting the card do it, and then you're just putting little bits on, which I think is perfect. And maybe you know, you don't want to do little flowers on there, you want to do it slightly different, but that's going to bring everything down. You're connecting all your elements together this way, aren't you?
Yeah, yeah, that's it, definitely. So back to, I mean, I'm doing this with pink, but you could do it with some little red gems.
Yeah.
You could incorporate it with your Through the Looking Glass. This could be all the little red roses from the Queen's Garden. So
We put a little arch in our garden. Our garden's tiny, but we put a little arch in a couple of years back, and the first plants didn't do any good. And then my hubby put some new clematis up the other year, and because they were new, they hadn't established. But this year, they actually look like they might cover the arch. I can't wait. Every time I look at it, I said, the clematis has grown a bit more. I can't wait to see it.
Yes. Oh, that
cover
sounds
the arch,
lovely.
just like that, just like you've done there. It'd be absolutely brilliant. What colour are you doing there? Is it a brown?
So it's just a Friar brown, and I'm just dirtying it up a little bit. I'm just taking that stark greenness away. So you're not necessarily...
Vintage is the word, not dirtying it up. Dirtying it up. Vintage.
Yeah, just...
Aging it.
I'm aging it, thank you. Can you come on every show with me, Corrine?
just say your words for you. Dirtying it up. It doesn't have the same mystique and the same, you know, romance about it. I'm dirtying it up.
It's the Yorkshire girl in me that's coming out. Right, so all I've got now is, you can see, it's a front stepper.
Yeah.
Now, this is 13 inches wide, or long, whichever.
Yeah.
And again, it's just the 3.5 inches wide to fit these on. So what I've done is, because obviously, you know, it's my A3 card that I've used and it's not quite long enough, I've just cut another piece. I've just got a little little tab at the back. I'm going to pop that on, and it allows me to still have it as a card. So let's pop that on first. So pop this on the back. There we go. And then I've started adding a few notes, so I know where I've got all my paper pads and things from. I'm just trying to have a look. Oh, Winter Sparkle.
There you go. As soon as you turned it over, it became clear.
Yes, I should have done that first, shouldn't I?
Do you know, these things get prepped so far in advance. By the time we come here, you know, I'm prepping for like the 10th of May now at home. So, you know, you think, well, today's the 1st of May, and you've forgotten what you did on the 1st of May, haven't you?
Yeah, definitely. And sometimes well, I don't know if you've seen them, Corrine, but my notes that I write down, especially for my craft alongs, they really don't make much sense to anyone except for me. And even sometimes I'm looking at my notes next to me thinking, what on earth have I wrote down? Which is what I was just doing. Right, so what I'm going to do is, even though I've got that front stepper, I'm still going to...
I think your trees go on the back.
Yeah, I'm going to pop... Where are my trees? Oh.
At the side of you, under the glue, look.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
I can see them, you just couldn't.
Right, so I'm going to pop some foam pads on here. And again, you will probably pop a lot more on when you're at home than I am going to do now, making sure that we've got no... I mean, I know we joke about the saggy middle and the saggy bottom, but you absolutely don't want it sagging in the middle on your cards and in real life.
You certainly don't.
But definitely not on your cards. So let's pop this on. So there we go. And then I'm still going to be able to fold that up.
As long as you don't put the foam pads too near the bottom, it'll still fold up, won't it?
It allows that bit to just sit further in, so that will fold up, definitely. And then this one's going to pop on here. And again, we're going to pop it onto some foam pads. Remembering not to put no foam over that bit because it's going to
otherwise your mechanism's not going
sit
to
out.
work.
Yeah.
And again, you don't have to be too exact because no one's going to see the bottom of this. As long as you can't see the stepper from behind it, then you're all right, aren't you?
That's it. That's exactly it. Yeah. So let's pop that on there. So I've lifted it a little bit further up because I don't want to be able to see that white. But again, you can see that it's still folding flat lovely. And then we'll pop this last one on. Now, I've cut that too short, so I'm going to definitely cover that up. I could have, I mean, you know, in hindsight, cut that a little bit deeper or leave more at the bottom. But it really doesn't matter because it's going to sit on there lovely.
Yeah, that actually works really nice, I think.
I was just going to say that it gives that extra dimension on
Especially
there,
now you're going to put this bit on with foam pads.
Yeah.
Yes. Otherwise, it would have been nothing behind. No, I think that works really well.
So let me just lay that flat so I can stick that on better. It's better. There we go. So that is coming along lovely and a lot, I mean, I did make a little bit of a hash of it this morning, I will admit that. We got there eventually, but this is by far, if you're going to get these, this is the best way to play with them to start with. And definitely it's about having a little bit of a play. And if you know that when you get that back out, you're going to have forgot what you've done with it or how to do it, then like Corrine said, just mark it up with a pen or a piece of paper, cut one out, have it to the side as a stencil all on its own, and then you know you can get it out and you know exactly what you're going to be doing and where you need to pop your dies.
Here you go. The next money maker, Kirsty D says we need a book of Michelleisms and Debbieisms.
I love that.
You and Debbie together. Does she come out with words as well?
Debbie comes out with some corkers, I think. There we go. So I will turn that round for you to see, and you have got, let me just give that a bend, a lovely front stepper, and still using those zigzags as a zigzag, but just in a totally different way.
Absolutely perfect. We love that. That is absolutely brilliant. Now, I'm just going to remind you, I think I'm going to remind you of the pick of the day, because obviously we've only got about 45 minutes left, and that will be the last time you see this pick of the day before our new one is launched tomorrow. So remember, you are buying your artist collection, so you're going to get your 14 aqua pens, your 14 illustrators, your 2 fine liners, that was the word I was looking for. So you're going to get all of those, plus your instructions, plus your printed sheets, and you are going to get for free all of your stamps. So give you lots of things to stamp and to colour in with those amazing pens. So you're going to be saving £50 or $59, and your platinum price for this bundle, which is absolutely fantastic value if you do want pens, £63.99 or $79.99. I'm thinking to myself, now some of our boxes, I know they're the tri-blend, they're $79.99 for 24 pens. You've got 28 pens in here. So, and we're paying even less than that, and you're getting all of the stamps. So, you know, when you start to weigh up the prices, comparing it with some of your others, you can see all the value. So make sure you pop that one in your basket today, because this is going to run out and it won't be shown on air live tomorrow, because it will have our new pick of the day. There we go. So that's absolutely brilliant. So the next one we're going to do, I should have picked them up and I didn't, are our nesting frames. Now I love these. Now we've got 5 sets, best ever price on this. So you can see 15 dies, because what you're going to get is you're going to get 3 dies in each of the 5 sets. So this one is the cross-stitched rectangle. So can you see you've got all of those little cross stitches there. Now I don't know how well you can see that because it might not show up, but all the way around the edge. It's cutting that cross stitch into there. Glad you can see that because I can't see that on the screen. Then, and I've changed into my glasses, then you've got your ditzy floral rectangle, so you can see straight away how that cuts into there. Looks lovely if you put that over another piece of card. Now what you've got is you've got a cutting blade on the outside, you've got a cutting blade on the inside, and you've got your florals. So it makes your frames like that. But remember, these pieces from here and there, so you've got 1, 2, 3, where it's white, have also cut out, because you can cut this out of one piece at a time. You know, you get one piece of card just bigger than your 5x7, which is your die, and then you're going to get your 3 frames and your 3 spare pieces. Maybe you're going to paper piece them in and out of each other. You've got your ditzy floral square, so exactly the same. It's going to cut you your frames. Are these going to be picture frames? Are they going to be frames around around a sentiment? Are they going to be pictures frames around a stamped image? Are they going to be frames around the outside of a box frame or something like that? Then you've got your scalloped edge rectangle, which is so pretty. Those spare pieces that come out of there are a bit harder to use, but again, that one would be nice to use. And you've got your scalloped edge square. So really useful. What you might not be able to see is you've got the faux sort of running stitch running round each one of those as well. I love that you've got them all together. So maybe you're going to use a square with a rectangle on there. You've got, you know, your ditsies on there, or maybe you're going to use 2 different types of rectangle. Maybe you're going to use the largest on the cross stitch with the middle size of the ditzy. You know, mix and match them around. They are so useful. So today's price for those is £46 or $53, saving you £30, well, £30.95 or $36.75. But your platinum price today is £36.80 or $42.40. Now, if you're buying a couple of things today, especially if you put this one in your basket, you're easily going to qualify for your double points. So just shop wisely. So I think Michelle is going to show us how to use these ones next.
I am.
Thank you.
So I'm going to use my scallop edge rectangle frames. These are very pretty. I love the bubble edge on these, just a nice, lovely, pretty frame. So you've got 3 in there.
Laura says they'd be good for scrapbooking. Can you imagine that around your pictures?
Absolutely perfect for that, yeah. Popping whatever pictures in the middle, definitely. Right, so I have got some white card and I'm going to pop my largest on there. And I'm also going to pop my middle one in the middle. Now, I'm not lining this up perfectly because this is how I'm going to use it, but let me just line those up quite straight so I can show you all the layers that you can get out of this. So let me just bring in a little bit more tape. So again, let's pop that on there. So running this through, and again, you've got smaller ones in here that will go through your smaller machines.
I think they'll all go through your junior, won't they?
Yes, I was going to say the bigger one, it will have to be your junior, but some of the smaller ones, yeah, we'll go through. In fact, the smallest one in this one will go through your mini. So again, depending, you might just be using that smallest one for a project, so it's going to go through your mini perfectly. So let me just pop this off and show you. So straight away, if you have layered that up straight, so if you saw some of my demos yesterday, if you've layered that up straight, you have got that first nesting die. You've got the second one there. So again, if I'd have brought this one in as well, you would have gone down to that particular size. So let me
I could see this would look nice if you cut it again and with pattern paper and then alternated them round.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, you can see, even though that those are sort of what you would describe as your waste, absolutely don't waste them. Have that pink, white, pink, white, pink, white. It's going to look lovely. Or your rainbow colours going down, especially if you're using all 3. So definitely don't necessarily discard those as your waste because they're going to look amazing on your card anyway. So I've got these 2 here for now. And I'm just going to bring this one in. So the middle one, I've used just some of my pink texture card stuff.
All right, yes.
For that. So I'm going to use these in this demo just as they are. But what I'm going to do for this one is we're going to pop some foam on it. Craig's in the building, so we
he's
won't
left now.
sing. Oh, okay.
He's gone. I think he has. He looked to have gone.
So, oh, and again, do you know what? These are going to be amazing. So if you put a piece of acetate on all 3 of these, have them layered up like that and make 3 shaker elements.
Completely independent shaker elements.
Yes.
Wouldn't that look lovely?
That would look amazing.
You definitely need to get your sequin dies.
Yes, yes, you absolutely do.
Yeah, your Monday mega deal. So make sure you get those, especially if you're doing that, because, you know, you're going to be... Something like that large frame is going to need a lot of sequins. So, you know, you could cut them out of your scraps. If you cut that white frame out, the centrepiece you'd be able to use for all your sequin making.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Oh, that would look great. Maybe I'm going to do that when I get home. Do a multi-layer, because yesterday with our first look, I did a double shaker on, so with those ornate nesting dies. So if you did see it, I mean, you all said lovely things, so thank you. But if you didn't, go back and look on the top of a box lid. I did a double shaker die, and again, it was with those new ornate nesting dies. You guys loved it, so and again, I showed you how easy it is to do.
Here you go. While you're doing that, Fred171 says, hiya everyone. This has been one of the, capital letters, greatest shows ever. I've learned to use sets I have purchased in new ways. Thank you, Michelle.
Oh, fabulous.
There you go. So Fred171 really has enjoyed the show.
Oh, I'm
We've
glad.
got a few other people that I haven't said. We've got Betty Weaver in. We've got Thea. I'm saying hoi hoi everyone. So yes, there's lots of people. Julie Flapp thought that last card looked darling and makes her want to get out more. But yeah, it's lovely. We are reading your comments. I had one off Susie saying that they think I'm posh because of my vocabulary. I am not posh, I can promise you that.
I can confirm.
I was telling you about my childhood earlier. You know I'm not posh.
Yes, yeah. Oh, right.
Is that your
let me
bottom
pop
one?
that there. Yeah, that's my bottom one. Got a bit carried away there.
We were too busy talking.
Yeah, that's okay. So this is going to pop on the top. I'm going to line that up nice.
What is this wildflower paper again?
I think it is. Yes,
isn't
it is, yeah.
Well, it's lovely with that pink. Really picks out. And it's so clever. As long as you pick the right bit of your paper to use, you've really centred up that gorgeous... It looks a bit like sweet peas in the centre, doesn't it?
It does, doesn't it? I was thinking exactly the same thing. Right, so whenever I put my acetate on my card in this way, let me turn it round, I'm going to put the tape to here rather than on the acetate. I find this easier. So I'm going to line up my acetate with the back of my card. I'm going to line it up perfectly. And I'm going to hold it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring that over to it. That way I'm not trying to stick my acetate to that and not getting it straight or anything like that. So that might actually stick now, it's gone a little bit tacky. And then again, the same for the bottom. You're just going to line that up across the bottom. You're just going to line it up with the bottom of your card.
That was like you did that deliberate mistake deliberately.
I know. And then, so what we're going to do is we're going to pop this on here.
So you've got the acetate for the extra strength.
Yeah.
And
I mean...
but it looks like it's floating.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. If you don't want to have the acetate on there and you want to have this frame holding the top to the bottom, then I would probably double this up.
At least.
At least double it up. See how it stands. See how it stands up when you've got it on there, and then just add an extra layer if you feel it needs it. But you can absolutely do this without the acetate in there if you want to. So then this piece, we're going to get that nice depth going on here and really draw your eye to the middle.
I think I know which way you're going with this, but I think I'd want to put this one on at an angle. See, or instead of nesting them in true nesting, sort of, you know, quirky angles.
Do it that way.
I don't know. That's just how you do it. How you
That
want to
looks.
do it.
I actually like that, and then pop the other one on the other way.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Oh,
There we
we're
go.
doing it.
It doesn't take much for someone to encourage me to do something different. And then this one is going to go in the middle. So that was on my foam. This one isn't. So let me just get that off there. I'm going to pop it just under. So I'm going to keep this angled, but we're going to pop it under. So you sort of get it hidden just a little.
Ah, I like that.
I like that. That looks really nice. And then I'm going to bring this in. So very quickly, it is the wildflowers. So we're going to pop this in the middle. I'm just going to add a little bit of tape to the back. Pop
I was so
that.
excited when I got my wildflower collection.
I love it. It's absolutely gorgeous. It really is.
I don't know what it is about it. It just, there's something about it. The flowers are very simple, but they're just so effective.
So lovely. I absolutely adore this. This is definitely, I think, my favourite bit from it. All these little flower elements.
Yeah.
So let's pop
And I
that in
think
there.
you can be making up all of these flowers and just keeping them in a little bag or a box in with your dies. And then if you need flowers, you know, say you wanted to make the frames up and you go, oh, I don't know what to put in it. You already have the flowers already made up. And
Yeah.
you just pick them out, and it's almost, you know, like these would be a stash that you would always have ready, wouldn't they?
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely. And these are something that you can be sitting in the living room on a night with your little, your midi or your mini, die cutting them out and then just colouring them all in.
Yeah.
Or from tomorrow, you may be using your own personalised midi.
Oh, yes.
If you win it.
You're launching that one tomorrow, hopefully, aren't you? You're going to...
Yes, and hopefully we're going to be able to draw it tomorrow. Ben's very excited to come in and do a draw on that, so that's exciting. So yes, so not long to get your entries
Just
in.
2 of those, one for Ben and one for that one as well.
Yeah. Pop that last one. Let me just take that little bottom off so I can make it go in a bit further. There we go. Pop those down.
So these flowers, if you do like them, are still available on our website. You're going to get the flowers and the stencil for the little little bag, little wrap on there. $16.99. Go and have a look. All I put in on the search was wildflower, and it brought it up. The Nature's Garden wildflower die and stencil set mailbox flowers, so they're all on there. So if you are loving these, then we still have those available, so make sure you pick those. Oh, Julia Duffy, who spoke to us, says she's obviously from Perth in Western Australia, and it's already 2:20 a.m. on Tuesday morning. Go to sleep,
Wow.
Julia. Go to sleep.
Yes.
You're not going to be happy at work later on Tuesday morning. Oh, dear.
God, definitely not.
Oh, Deborah O'Brien says she's now got a few ideas, so she's going to start Mother's Day cards after the show. Thea says she had a play with her wildflowers today. She made 4 cards. Not surprised. Really beautiful and easy to use. And Adriana has also come in saying good afternoon from San Antonio in Texas. That is so pretty.
Right, so if I turn that round, and that's what... So this is the one that I had already prepped before the show with them on straight, and then that's what it looks like if you pop them on an angle. So both look lovely.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I love that. It just
exactly
shows
the
how
same.
little tweaks can change a card
Yeah.
very dramatically, can't they?
Yeah, definitely.
And it's got a sliding down the glass mat.
It's the glass
Well, if you want those nesting dies, £46 or $53, your platinum price down there is £36.80 or $42.40. So make sure you pop those in your basket. Now, I have been bombarding you and firing lots of details, whether it's pick of the day, Monday mega deals, all the deals that we've got on the show. So while you have to decide what you want to do, get checked out. We're going to give you a little bit of a video all about Crafters TV.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. So, join our family of craft experts with live tutorials and demonstrations every day. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products here on Crafters TV. Get creative and craft along with our amazing deals. Your next craft project is only a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week or watch on catch up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook or our YouTube channel. You can chat to us, craft along and meet new friends in our online crafting community.
You entertain us, you give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
You're all our time with each other! You're not through to boot camp, get off!
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. So, stop what you're doing and enjoy the fun here on Crafters TV.
A few weeks ago on the show, we were talking about places where all you guys lived. Well, we might have used Google Earth just to have a bit of a sneaky look at the village, town, or city that you lived in. And I thought it might be quite funny if I wrote a little ditty and I put on my Facebook page, where do y'all live? And I'll put your towns and cities and village into my little song. But I didn't realize that there would be about 425 responses, so I'm gonna cram as many places into this song as I can, but I won't get them all in. We craft everywhere, man, we craft everywhere. From over here to there, man, we craft everywhere. In crafters we've got our share, man, we craft everywhere. We craft in Lydney, Lynbrook, Launceston, Lehana, Tampa, Darlington, Almond Beach, Sedalia, Wills Point, Widnes, Wildwood, Wildham, Archer, Jackwell Lake, Walkerburn, Yate, Hesperia, Sublimity, Pinhole, Avon, Freeport, Mableton, San Jose, Enumclaw, Great Bend, Detroit, Keniston. We craft everywhere, man, we craft everywhere. From over here to there, man, we craft everywhere. In crafters we've got our share, man, we craft everywhere. Craft in Parachute, Paradise, Pollux, Papillion, Sheepshead Bay, St. Petersburg, Seacon, Sutton, Saturday, Bristol, Brighton, Brooklyn, Blackwell, Barnsley, Tide Squeeze, South Shields, Tampa Hills and Bentley, Tampa, Pillar, Tucumcari, Cary, Ottawa, Hull, Harrisburg, Lexington, Tupelo, Cincinnati, Austinburg. We craft everywhere, man, we craft everywhere. From over here to there, man, we craft everywhere. In crafters we've got our share, man, we craft everywhere. Craft in Loxahatchee, Lakesville, Lawrence, Lacey, Livermore, Albuquerque, Weeki-Wachee, Pensacola, Ellsworth, Park, Mechanicsburg, Williamsburg, Rebella, Houston, Burlington, Wet Wang, Market, Drayton, Yale, Medford, Wellington, Wapakoneta, Homer, Sassa, Santa Rosa, Wichita, Honolulu, Riverdale, Melbourne, Commerce, Fentanyl. We craft everywhere, man, we craft everywhere. From over here to there, man, we craft everywhere. In crafters we've got our share, man, we craft everywhere. Crafting Newton Abbey, Richmond, Dudley, Georgetown, East Kilbride, Eugene, Ferrum, Rhinebeck, Walkerstown, Newarheim, Fort Wayne, Gloucester, Chester, Long Beach, Raphael, St. Dominic's and Cloud City, Augustine Beach, Sand Springs, Romford, Tulsa, Traverse City, Wesley Chapel, Ballarat, Medina, Rampo City. We craft everywhere, man, we craft everywhere. From over here to there, man, we craft everywhere. In crafters we've got our share, man, we craft everywhere. Craft in Sawbrook and Tucson, Kissimmee, Philadelphia, Chicago, Las Vegas, Biloxi, Latte, Elmira, Glendale, Scottsdale, Anchorage and Hurtville, Seattle, Gold Canyon, Ipswich, Cumberland, Unionville, Toledo, Miami, Atlanta, Cleveland, Gold Canyon, Altoona, Calounda, Port Orange, Clover, Rising Sun. We craft everywhere, man, we craft everywhere. From over here to there, man, we craft everywhere. In crafters we've got our share, man, we craft everywhere. And there's a few more places I didn't manage to get into the song. West Runton, Newcastle, Kingswood, Sandbach, Carlisle, Bewdley, Albury, Durham, Springfield, Ashington. We craft in Greenville, Lincoln, Nebraska, Sumter, Oak Park, Winchester, Knapp Hill, Stoke-on-Trent, Mount Pocono, Greenville, Charlotte, Oxon Hill, Tunbridge Wells, Modesto, Haverhill, Sierra Vista, Arecibo, Morgantown, O'Fallon, Aurora, Black Forest. We craft in Hermiston, Brownsburg, Henderson, Socorro, Fort Myers, Mandenholm, Hilliard, Farmingdale, East Moline, Summers Point, Calgary, Charleston, Salisbury, Malden, Galloway, Fitchburg, Hopewell, Aberdeen, Winstead, Castlewood, Chatsworth, Limestone, Victoria, Willoughby, Rockland, Canton, Falmouth, Conestoga, Lyndhurst, Ashbourne and Cluj-Napoca. Oh yeah.
And welcome back. We love all our songs from Ben, don't we? We absolutely love them. Paul Print ×4 says, I am loving this card. So that would be our frames one. Love them both, but might love the wonky one a tad better. There you go. That's Michelle's adaptation. Very pretty cards, Michelle, says Sue Benson. So perfect. Now, we're going to show you a completely different demo now using our Decoupage flowers again. So you've already seen the fabulous Fuchsia. So that is possibly a contender so far for demo of the day, I'm thinking. Possibly. We should see how that one works. Then you're going to get your Radiant Rose. Now, remember, for every die you get, you also get a stamp, and all of the dies are cut and embossed dies if that's how you want to use them. You're going to get your Timeless Carnation. Just remember the different ways to shape these and fold these is going to create a completely different flower. Then you've got your which way around? You've got your Delicate Lily, which is gorgeous here. So you're sort of your Tiger Lily, we love that. Then you've got your Fragrant Sweet Pea. We've talked a bit about those today. And also your lovely Lilac with all of those decoupage elements on there. So you just cut them, stamp them, colour them, it's entirely up to you, and they make the most amazing flowers. Now, massive saving on this one, and today's price for these is £35 for all 6 sets. All 6 sets is going to come in at £35. So we're talking less than, where are we? For less than £6 a set, definitely. $40 all in, but even better price is your platinum price. Right down here, we like this price even more, £28 or $32. Now, we've already seen that amazing Fuchsia card. What can Michelle do with one of the other sets? I'm intrigued to find out.
Oh, it's there. I can't move. I forgot where I'd put it. I was like, where's it gone?
Yeah, I'll give you this brilliant build-up.
Oh, no.
And then you missed it.
In fairness, I accepted it in true Michelle style. Timeless Carnations. So we're going to be quick with this one because obviously for time. But you can see you've got your couple, with this one you've got 2 different sized dies in here, and I've got my stamps, and again that foliage. So I've already die cut all of mine out and then realised I hadn't left myself any extra paper. Absolutely doesn't matter at all, because you've seen how once you've stamped them out and you've popped your die on top, it cuts away, I mean if you've stamped it first, it cuts away that stamped edge.
Yeah.
So you don't get all that, you just get that lovely, those lovely veins that are supposed to be on your petal. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly, so what I tend to do is if I've cut this out and I know that I can't fit my magnets on there, I've just put a little bit of dot it on, and I'm just going to pop this on. Now it's already, did I just fit that on perfectly again?
Do you know what I think? To do it that way around, you've got a lot more freedom with it. You can go,
yes,
go a lot of different ways.
You absolutely can, definitely. Oh, I don't want my water reactive. Bear with me 1 second. Let me just get my quick dry Fuchsia.
I was going to say quick dry inks are perfect for these, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can you find the one you're after?
No, I've got every colour here, but so it's okay. I've got. Oh, I don't want opaque. Bear with me.
You want the purple cases? Purple cases.
3rd time lucky. I'm looking for a Fuchsia. I had the Fuchsia ready, but I obviously picked it up
away from the edge. They're further down, I think. Look, right down at the end of that shelf. There's loads more.
Oh, there's loads. Look at that.
You found
That's where
it.
they've gone. Quick dry. Yes, quick dry. It just obviously, if you're not going to use your water reactive to stamp with, because it's not going to stamp. Your quick dry is going to stamp lovely. I'm going to pop that on there, and we're just going to stamp it down. And you can see, for what I'm going to do with them, it doesn't matter that I've missed that a little bit. Absolutely not at all. So I'm going to I've used a paper. So this is, it's probably just a little bit thicker than a normal copy paper that you would have at home.
About a 120 GSM probably, it looks.
Yes, yeah, something like that. And again, so I'm just going to pop this on. Again, it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to do it carefully. I don't want to smudge those lines. pick it up, and it's almost done it for me anyway with the bit that's left on. And again, if you're going to do this carnation one, especially if you're going to do it with a lot of a thinner piece of paper or card, you're going to want lots and lots of layers. Always looks amazing, really built up. So pop that one on as well. And there we
Quick
go.
dry inks will... Oh, look at that. You don't need to put any more ink on.
Yeah. Lots left on there.
Quick dry inks will stain your stamps, but it doesn't impact them for future use at all, does it?
No, it absolutely doesn't.
Really doesn't. Even if you're going in with a paler colour later, it will still...
No, you get that stain on there, but again, it's not going to transfer over, so no need to worry. Right.
We often talk about using like your second generation of inks, and so that's going to work
absolutely
perfectly.
So let's peel that off. There we go, and I'll just pop this to the side for now. So when you're using a thinner copy paper, even if you're using sort of the thicker texture cardstock, there's a couple of ways, especially to make a sort of stereotypical carnation. So I was saying earlier about how you can give them a bit of a spritz. So I thought I was telling you how to do it, so I'm just going to show you. It's there. So I've just got one of our Spectrum Noir spritz, and I know this is a quick dry, and I know it's going to react with the ink. So if you can see on this one where I've sprayed it, you can see that it has, well, you can see it seeped out a little bit, but that's okay. It's not a problem. It sort of adds to the effect, so I'm not too worried about it. So literally all I've done is I've scrunched all my petals up. It gives it lots of texture. So you don't have to be particular with it. Just obviously trying not to rip it. So if you've sprayed it with water and you're going to do this, just be a little bit more careful. That's the kind of effect I want on my petals. So again, let me...
Carnations have that sort of pinked edge, don't they? That snipped in edge.
They do. So I'm going to do it again on another. So I'm just going to move those. I'm just going to give it the lightest bit of a spritz. There we go.
Kirsty D says pink carnations were her nana's favourite flower. There you go. That's lovely, isn't it?
There we go. So you can see it is the lightest spritz. It is going to affect my ink. I'm not going to play with it for a minute. What I'm going to do is, so these two dry ones, before this is fully dried, we were saying about the edges being pinked or crimped. Give it a bit of a crimping just on the edges.
Oh yes.
So
nice.
it's just that mountain valley, or as if you're making a fan.
While you're just doing that, can I just read you? So this is lovely.
Absolutely.
So Alison Jarrett said, just caught up on the show, and my dad used to show fuchsias, and we used to have about 200 plants on our patio, almost all different varieties. I bet that looked amazing.
Yeah.
And we used to have to water them at least twice a day. You can imagine. Wow. Dad would have loved the first card. There you go. How lovely is that? I love that. This is what we were saying about crafting, generating memories, evoking memories, and
who was that? Sorry,
bits. That was Alison Jarrett.
Oh,
thank you for sharing that with us, Alison.
Yeah,
We
sharing
do
those
appreciate
kinds
that.
of memories with us is really it's quite special, to be honest, isn't it?
We are very privileged that people open up and let us in and show us all this.
So I've done those two, pinked all my edges. These are still a little bit damp, so I'm going to be very mindful when I scrunch this up. But when you're doing it, when it's still that little bit damp, it's going to hold those creases a lot nicer.
You've done that on a fine paper. I've done so very similar to what you're doing now on watercolour card.
Yeah.
And that works because watercolour card is designed to take water.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
That if you do struggle with it like this, and get a lightweight watercolour card and have a go at the same effect.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, that would be white, so you might have to sort of go over it with a pink ink or something to get that colour, but yeah, you can get a very similar effect.
Yeah, definitely. So again, all I'm doing on all of these edges is I'm just giving it that pinched effect, and you can see it lends itself to a typical carnation beautifully, because I'm not going to pull it fully out. I'm going to leave all that texture in there. So that's my third one, and again this is still a little bit damp. Even though I spritzed it and I've got it's still a little bit damp, you can see that quick dry ink pad, it hasn't spread out too much or anything. So you can get away with it. You just have to be careful not to over wet it. So I'm just scrunching all mine up one at a time. If you want to scrunch them all up into a ball to save time, then do it. But this is definitely a more mindful approach, and it's a lot more fun.
Like you say, especially with the paper, you could probably... Did you die cut multiple layers at one time?
I did, yeah.
Yeah. And so it's ever such a quick way to do it, isn't it?
Yeah, because it is only a copy paper, so it's such a lightweight. I think I maybe did about, I don't know, 5 or 6 at once.
Yeah.
The thing is, our normal dies, you can run 200-300 GSM pieces of card through, and it will cut through both of those. Obviously not yet really intricate ones, it won't. But if it can do that, you're definitely going to be able to get away with 4 or 5 sheets of copy paper. It's a little bit like when you run the foam through. How many can we die cut out? I think I've got about 8 or 10.
Yeah, but then did you end up spending longer separating all your layers than if you'd have done them in like 2s or 3s?
Yeah, that it does take, because this proper stick together, don't they?
I have to say, with foam, I usually limit myself to 3 when I'm using my Gemini, just because the pressure is so good in there that you end up spending longer.
Yeah.
Trying to get them separated.
Yeah, you do.
And again, I think this one with this carnation, the longer you are prepared to sit and play with these and do more layers, the better the final result you're going to get, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to go in with my ball tool right in the middle, and it's going to bring my layers up and together. In fact, if I turn that over, you can sort of see what I mean by how I've crimped the edges. So again, I've just got 5 layers here.
You're not doing much with that ball tool, but it's making such a difference, isn't it?
It really does bring it up and bring it in. So I've just got 5 layers here. If I was doing this at home, I'm talking 8 or 10 layers if you want a real big full one. So then all I'm going to do is we're just going to pop these together. So again, using my hot glue.
And you've got 2 different size flower heads, haven't you? Petal heads in the carnation. So again, you would start with your smaller ones and layer it out to your larger ones?
Yeah, definitely. Right, I've run out of hot glue. So I'm just going to use a little bit of wet glue.
I think it's probably enough with the fact that you're using paper.
I'm just alternating them round. So making sure that the petals on top go in the middle of the petals below.
Oh, Sue Benson says you could make marigolds with these petals. Yes, you could. It's the same as we were saying earlier about the fuchsia. You put them together differently and you're going to get a completely different result, aren't you?
Yeah, absolutely. So let's pop that one in the middle. And just by squishing that right down in the middle, it brings those petals up and around it. I mean, how simple was that to put together? I don't tend to thread my stamens through. What I tend to do is, with these, I've got a little box of beads at home, like pearlized beads and stuff. I normally shove a giant pearlescent coloured bead in the middle. I think it just looks lovely. You don't have to. You can bring that right up in the middle.
Yeah,
so before, like with the rose...
If I was trying to make a carnation, I think that's what I would do, because you don't tend to have stamens or things in the middle, do you, for carnation?
No, that's it. That's it. So you can be bringing those right up. And you can be a little bit rough and ready with it. You don't need to worry. You know, you don't have to be gentle with this one. So some I made before that I've got here next to me in my stash. I have got the stamens in the middle. But again, so that's been sat, I've had these sat for absolutely ages, and it looks a bit of a mess. It looks a right royal mess at the minute. So what I tend to do is I tend to give them a good scrunch like that, literally just in between my finger and my thumb. I give them a nice, a little bit rough with them, And then when you bring them back out,
Yeah, it's got so much more
how much,
dimension,
so
haven't
from one
you?
of the squished ones, how much better does it look?
Yeah.
But, you know, bringing those right up and round is definitely my favourite way. So if I, nice and quickly now, I've just got a little side easel. Is it a side easel? It's not,
Twisted
it's
easel,
twisted
twisted
easel.
easel.
Oh, I'll get the names right one of
Tweezel.
these days. A tweeze, oh, I like that. So I'm going to pop. So remembering that I only need to glue half of this. And then bring in this one. Oh, there we go. Remember to get that correct.
Lovely die cut.
So this is one of our nesting dies as well. I can't quite remember the name of it. So I could use this bigger one as a stopper like we did
Yeah.
before and have the smaller one, just in the middle there. I think, I wish I had more hot glue.
Is there no glue sticks over the other side?
There is, but by the time I get one in, and Debbie's told me off because I've put it in wrong, I'm at there. Yeah, she does, she tells me off.
You can't put a glue stick in wrong, you just put it in.
Yeah, well, what I did was, you know, when you glue the end and then stick it in,
Yeah.
and then it goes all wrong. Yeah, I did, and I got told off for it. I absolutely did.
Oh dear.
So this one's going to go there as a stopper. So hence why you are going to put lots of layers if you're going to use it as a stopper. Make it nice and sort of sturdy enough to take the weight of that top bit. So let's pop that one on there. So even though I've got those stamens in the middle, if you shush all that together, we're not going to really see it. So the last thing I'm going to quickly do is pop. I think I'm just going to pop it on this bottom one and then pop that there. So again, it sort of just gives you the idea of how easy and quick those carnations can come together.
Absolutely gorgeous, so pretty. Magic, says Sue Benson, and Fred171 said these would look beautiful on boxes or gift bags. And again, you'll be able to cut them out of fabric and foam and felt and all your other things and make fabric flowers as well with your glue gun. Right, now we're running out of time, so we need to be quite quick and give our Susie time to do some counting. So we have 4 cards. Oh, we got to 4, didn't we?
We
I was
did
thinking
get
we've
to
got
4.
3. Right, now we started with the fuchsia, didn't we, I think?
We did. So those decoupage flowers with the fuchsia, so that's number 1.
Yeah.
Number 2 is my zigzag.
Brilliant.
Number 3 is the nesting frames. And then number 4 is those carnation dies.
Okay,
flowers.
right, we need to be quick because Susie has just reminded me we've only got 6 minutes for 2 votes. So 1, 2, 3 or 4. We'll give you literally 2 minutes to get those in and to get our Susie counting them up. I know which one I would be voting for if I was allowed to vote, but I'm not. So there we go. Right, whilst you're doing that, we're going to show you this. So this is one of our Monday mega deals. So absolutely perfect. And what we said we're doing is you're going to buy your stamping platform, $14.99 any day of the week. That is what you'll find it for on our website. And we are going to give you for free your stamping mat. So if you're going to use it with your platform to stamp over, or are you going to use it as our Michelle has just done it as a base to do your flower shaping, because it's got a lot of resist. But again, you've got the cross in the middle that will line up perfectly with the cross in the middle of here, so that you can make sure you're stamping in the same place over and over again. So $14.99 or $19.95. But again, your platinum price down there is $11.99 or $15.96. Now, the other thing I have mentioned a couple of times is our our Sequin die. It's a 3-piece set. So this is another of our mega deals. So what you're going to do is you're going to buy 2, whichever 2 you want, and you're going to get the 3rd for free. You don't have to pick. You put that code in that's just at the top or click on this item and all 3 will come to you perfectly. So you're going to pay today for those $15.98 or $23.98. So it's 30% saving or $7.99, which is the price of one of the sets. $12.79 platinum or $19.12. So yeah, pop those in, then you're never going to run out of sequins, especially if you're going to be doing things like we were mentioning earlier on your triple layered shaker card. You're going to need a lot of sequins. So there we go. Right, demo of the show, and I didn't vote, but I'm quite happy with the result, goes to number 1, and that's the one I always thought it was going to go to.
Thank you.
So, could you whiz that over to
Yes.
me, please, Michelle, whilst we do, sorry, I should have got that earlier. We've got a 2-card vote for today. We've got both of the Decoupage Flowers. You are loving these. Demo 1, remember how Michelle did all that beautiful paper on the background, really simple but so effective. Demo 1 or demo 2? Is it the roses or the fuchsias? Right, go, 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 and our Susie will count up those votes. I'm sure she's going to be counting them as you are sending them in, because we've only got a couple of minutes. So let me put those there so I've got them in the right order. Now, probably one of the last ones we're going to show you is our Halloween collection. We've given you all 3 collections here, and you are actually only paying for 1. So for $9.99 or $12.99, you're going to get all 3 collections. You're going to get 3 of your embossing folders, which Michelle kindly gave me because I was missing them. You're going to get your dies. You're going to get your stamps, which is absolutely brilliant value, and you're going to get your 3 sets of stencils. So you're going to get your tree, your outline tree. I love the gravestones, the cat, you've got the grass. You've also got your pumpkin and all the faces that are going to fit on your pumpkin, and you've also got your lovely witches as well. Think of all those scene building that you're going to be able to do with the stamps, the dies, the embossing folders. As we said, I was saying black card with silver gilding wax, and I've forgotten who it was. I'll be able to find that. Somebody else said, how about on vellum, looked white vellum. She said, oh, it was Carol D, said the embossing folder works so good on white vellum. Cute, spooky. So there you go. So, right, we're still counting up for the next one. So, whilst those are finishing, you're back tomorrow, aren't you? I'm not. It's you and Ben, birthday boy Ben from yesterday.
Birthday boy Ben.
And super fit Ben.
Yes.
After his Gateshead run yesterday, which was most impressive. So what are you 2 doing, if you can keep him awake long enough?
But we do talk like random nonsense, so it definitely keeps him awake.
Oh, that's all right.
We have got launch party tomorrow, but I have the most amazing paper pads to be launching in that. So it's our new, I think the Summer Meadow paper pad. So there's a 12x12, a 6x6, and there's also a 12x12 textured card stock
Wow.
to go with it.
All
They
beautiful
are
summer colours.
beautiful, yeah.
And so that's at your launch party.
That's launch
did you
party.
say?
That's at 6 o'clock tomorrow. I'm so excited about that I couldn't even tell. It's definitely on Wake Up Call as well. But that 2 p.m. show is
You'll
going to be a
turn up and I'll
surprise
be
for
there.
you and me.
Yeah, you've got, look, I've seen, you've got everything lined up on the counter out there.
I know,
So you
I
just go
know.
to the box and get the next lot out. You're organised. I saw her book. She is so organised. Now, demo of the day goes to, would you like to guess?
Number 1.
No, number 2.
2. Aw.
There you go. That's what I would have voted for if I was allowed to vote. So congratulations. You won demo of the day, Michelle. As if you couldn't guess that one. So all she wanted today was to win demo of the day. So thank you very much. Thank you for having me with you all day today. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm back now on Sunday. I'm over where Michelle is next Sunday. So it'll all be Coronation themed. I've got to speak to Nicola. I don't know whether we're coming all dressed up. And then I'll also be back next bank holiday Monday. We've got another bank holiday here on Monday of next week for the Coronation. So I'm back here with Jan then. So between then and now, I'll be down at Hobby Maker. So it's been lovely to spend the day with you, and thank you for all your comments. It has been lovely. It's been lovely to spend this bank holiday with you, and I love hearing what you're doing, what you think of what we're selling, and I love that you've been inspired by Michelle's inspiration and her demos. So until next Sunday, I'll say goodbye. Michelle will be here tomorrow, but have a good evening, whatever you're doing. For now, good night.